Oh man, I'm excited about these, but not because it's Paul George's new shoe. It's because the greatest traction of all time is back. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these potential bad boys right here. This, my friends, is the Nike PG5. So we're gonna talk about the traction first like we typically do, and this is very interesting because this is not like a takedown model. This is another man's signature shoe with another man's signature shoe's outsole on it. Like, it's not often when you get a shoe like this and the traction on it is so damn good that every shoe that you have afterwards, like that you test afterwards or that you wear afterwards, that you buy afterwards, we're like, is it gonna be Kobe 9 level traction? This shoe right here set the benchmark. And then to see it on someone else's shoe, like, it's not even a variation, it's just straight up ripped. I can't believe that they did that. I'm torn because half of me is like, why would you do that? Like, let this be this, right? But at the same time, when this is so good, slap it on everything. But why the f did you wait till now? We've been sliding on all kinds of surfaces with all kinds of Nikes when you could have just already have done this and just called it a day and been like, you know what guys, we created the best traction of all time twice. With the Jordan 1 and now these. And then we're just gonna keep all shoes like this. And instead they waited till Paul George's shoe, his 5th one at that, playoff P, hit the side of the backboard, Paul George. But anywho, I'm excited to play in these, man. Is it gonna last outdoors? You know what, for this, I don't even care. These don't retail for a lot. They retail like 120-ish. I'll just buy a ton of them. With this traction, you might as well. Especially since the last time we saw it was this time. We don't know when it's gonna be back again. They should put it on every shoe. Now moving on up to the cushion, we do have a Phylon midsole. The midsole, does it remind you of anything?
It does.
What is it? Because we haven't talked about this, but I just need to know right now.
Is it the Jordan?
What were you looking at up here? 7s?
Yeah.
With the peaks?
Yes. Okay,
I could see that. Actually, now that you pointed that out, I really do. That's a good eye. I was gonna say the Puma RSX or whatever, the casual shoe with the blocks.
Okay, I can see that too.
I think that your reference might be a little bit better because I see, like, there's a picture over here with all the Jordans, the back peak and then the double peak. That's pretty on point. My thought was chunky blocks, and so it just reminded me of the RSX.
They were still sitting in our kitchen last night while we were eating dinner. So I was like trying to put it together.
I'm just in my soul of souls, just so happy that you saw this and you thought of another shoe and that it was an Air Jordan.
And not the Reebok question.
I don't think you ever think of those. Oh, well, actually, I know what you're talking about. That's a reference to our own references.
Old joke.
Yes, that's a deep cut. But anyways, the Phylon midsole is pretty average. It's nothing special. However, the Strobel is. So we have the Air Strobel, not Zoom Air. I really wish it was the Zoom Air, but I'll take this one. This one's still good. And it's the Air Strobel that was present on the last model, which is the PG4. The PG4 was not a horrible shoe, but it could have been better. Like, it could have fit better. I think that's the main thing, is that the fit and the materials just didn't mesh well. You had to go up half a size, and then when the material's too soft and you slide over the footbed, yada, yada, yada. These guys right here, they clearly fixed that with these peaks, okay? So they're like, try to slide off of this. And then they reinforce the upper with this guy right here, which we'll talk about in a second. But the cushion right here is full length Air, and for the price and the way that it's implemented, I just feel like this, again, kind of like the traction right here, this stuff and the Zoom Strobels, when you have them made already at this point and you can give it to us for this cheap of a price, all things considered, I'm comparing this to like maybe a LeBron, 200 versus 120-ish. Why don't you do this on every shoe? Because I know you can. Why do you keep putting standard Strobels when you could put an Air Strobel on everything?
Maybe they're slowly rolling it out.
Oh, they're really slow. They're really slow then. If anything, this traction right here tells me, man, you just listening just now. When did these release? This was years ago, 2014. Hella late to the party. So you can see the Air Strobel peeking through the little window right there, which is really dope. I like that. It's kind of like a reference to their old stuff, the old up-tempo line. And then if you pull out the insole, which is actually a surprisingly thick insole, like it's got some fluff to it. So I was kind of surprised. It's a dual density insole as well. And I think that the bottom layer is to conform to the Air unit because it's not the same insole that was on the KD13s where it was that Kobe 6 insole and stuff. So this one's a little bit different, but I think that's why it's in here. Again, keeps the price down because the budget's going to be less on this shoe. And again, if your budget's that small and you can still do full length Air, why don't you put it on everything? Just do it! And when you lift up the insole, directly underneath that is the Air Strobel unit. And basically that means instead of a nylon or like fabric board that they stitch the upper to, it's an Air unit instead. And it's directly underfoot. It's not embedded into the midsole or anything. It's just right in there. I like it a lot. Whoever invented that, like over at Nike, whoever created that, I just want to give them a high five, maybe a hug, although I don't really like touching people. Maybe a fist bump, that'll work. Now the upper is interesting because it's a little bit different than last year's. This guy right here, I feel like is more in line as far as visuals go with the previous models, and the 4 is like the weird one out of the bunch. You know, like this looks like it could have came right after the PG3, not because of the colorway, because of the upper. Like it's got the 4-foot little things that he likes. It was on the 2, on the 1. Where was it on the 4? Nowhere.
They were too busy rubbing elbows with Gatorade.
For real. That shoe was a billboard for Gatorade colors and flavors and stuff, man. It was so weird. Anyways, the upper on these guys is a mixture between textiles and synthetics. The textile, you can see it's mesh and it feels cheap. It doesn't feel great or anything, but it feels like it'll play well. No break-in time. Lateral containment, again, is gonna come from the peaks right there as well as the synthetic panels. And this guy right here, I was hoping it was gonna be leather. It's actually not, it's fuse. It just looks like leather. I'm happy with the way that it looks. I just wish that it was actual material or an independent flap like what they had done. I think that that would have been cool. The rear of the shoe is real interesting. I didn't even notice it until I was filming the B-roll. And I was like, man, that's a really weird high straight collar, you know, just right up there. It doesn't feel bad. It feels like it cups the foot and the Achilles really nicely. The padding or sculpting right in there feels good as well. I didn't feel any chafing, so it leans back just a tad. It's almost like the reclining movie chairs. That's all you need for that extra bit of comfort. And then the tongue is nice too. It's got nice padding. I was almost thinking that that was a Nike Torch tongue, and it's not. It's just cheap, thin mesh. I do like the swoosh on the back though. It's got the little hologrammy looking thing. I like that, man. Reminds me of being a kid. Now, as far as their fit is concerned, they do fit true to size, so that's what I would recommend. If they're available in stores or if your stores are open and they're allowing you to try on shoes, I don't know how everything's working still, that's what I would recommend as well, just in case, because I do know that Paul George shoes tend to fit narrow and these don't. They fit perfect, although I like a tight fit, so maybe it's just perfect for me. So if you're a wide footer, I'd definitely recommend trying them on just in case. However, if you are a wide footer and you wanted something that was also durable, like more durable than what they will offer you in the States, there's an eBay seller called ID4 Shoes. They're in China, so they get all of those releases, and the EP versions are built on a wider last, and they have an XDR outsole standard. So what do you think about these?
I'd like to bring it back to traction.
Ooh, you did the, I like that.
You're not gonna like my next.
Oh no, what about it?
I just like that the print
is a foot.
Well, yes, it's a foot, but it reminds me of my foot because when you like do water prints or whatnot, you never see my pinky toe, and he always makes fun of my pinky toe because it doesn't touch the floor. It's like a little kickstand, and it looks like Kobe had the same problem.
I don't know about that, but you know, I don't know what Kobe's feet look like and stuff. Her foot is always like ready for tea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's cool. Everybody else knows. I'm telling you, we got to set up that OnlyFans for you and just start raking in the millions. Oh, that's so funny. Why do people pay for that stuff? I don't know why. That's really weird. Hey, man, do you. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm just saying, like, you got to laugh about it, you know?
But anyways, that's all I had to say about the traction.
I'm just excited because these guys right here, while I love them, they're getting old, and the rubber, like you can feel.
I don't want to.
Okay, I don't blame you. But yeah, the rubber is starting to firm up and stuff, and when that happens, it could split, especially since the shoe's hollow, and so I don't want that to happen. So I'm really surprised. I never thought that we'd see this again, unless it was on like a Pro-Tro of the 9s. Again, part of me is just like, why did you do that? Because that's a signature feature on a signature shoe, but at the same time, it's like, but it was so good, just do it. And why did you wait so long? Also, this colorway, you can't see it because it's black, but can you see the extra stitching on there? It is there, I promise.
You mean like where it's a little bit heavier and zigged through?
Yeah, because like it looks like this stuff right here.
Oh.
Which is really interesting because these two play together, so I thought that was a really strange design choice.
Honestly, I would have never noticed it, so I will like to see it on a different colorway.
They are on different colorways. I made a Nike by You version. I'll make a video when those come in. That was an option to have that like
pop out.
Yeah, and I don't like it, so I didn't do that. I like it like this. I just didn't like, again, he's got a signature feature from a different guy's shoe, plus a teammate's shoe from a different brand. It's one thing if it's within the same wheelhouse, but I just thought it was weird that he borrowed that.
I think it's weird that that pattern that is so prominent on the Kawhis. The video's not out yet, but we just did a most comfortable shoe of 2021.
Yes.
That's going to be coming up soon. And on that shoe, that pattern is all all over the midsole. And I'm just like, what is with this pattern? It's everywhere.
I don't know. It reminds me of like I think it was the midsole or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but like the Dame 2s, that kind of like design during that era was all over the place too. So I think that, I don't know who designs it, or if maybe just it's the first brand that uses it, but it's an open design, like in China or whatever, and you could just like slap it on there and it's not gonna cost you anymore, but gives you some depth. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't really know. But yeah, I'm excited about these. I can't wait to play in these. Now, I just hope that it doesn't start raining for like a month straight, because we're about to hit spring.
Hey, we need those April showers to bring us May flowers, okay?
Well, and we just need the wet weather in general, but when gyms are closed and outdoors my only option. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Let us know what you think about these, the PG5s, down below in the comment section. Are you excited to get a pair? Did you order a pair on Nike by you, also known as Nike ID? Or are you just waiting for a regular colorway, reviews, whatever it might be? Let us know down below. Also, share your thoughts on this. Are you like me, where you're like initially kind of like, why did they do that? And then why didn't they do that sooner? Because that's what I thought. I'd love to hear from you guys. And until next time, have a good one.